paying it off for the first year of his presidency. Once a month, he would sign a check for $35,000 to Michael Cohen to reimburse him for this money. And it did seem to coincide with on his calendar that show you, the dichotomy between a president, acting as the head of state and a businessman who is signing checks to a lawyer because he's trying to fix some event that happened before and didn't want it to come out before the election. And these two parallel storylines really take you through his first year and I think kind of open a window into his, the complicated life he's been.
Presidential pardon was not explicitly offered, according to sources. There was an implicit message that if Cohen hired these lawyers, it could preserve or increase his chance of a pardon down the road. Congresswoman, this whole question of a pardon being flashed in front of the face of these guys in really serious trouble, facing long-term imprisonment, and the president's power to say, here, buddy, play on my team, stick with me, and you're not going inside. What do you think about that in terms of impeachable offenses, Congresswoman?
I think dangling a pardon, I think obstructing justice, I think suborning perjury are all conduct that are high crimes and misdemeanors, in my view, and would be the subject of an impeachment.
How did you react? What for or against that, exculpatory or probative, whatever, from Cohen today? Can you tell us supports or doesn't support that idea that he was teased with a pardon?
I can just tell you that we're going to have the transcripts out in a very few weeks, and it will be both revealing and explosive on yet another level.
Let me ask you one thing tonight. We're about to end this segment, but I want to go to Peter Baker for the news part of this thing. This Roger Stone thing, he was gagged by the judge. I don't quite understand the First Amendment rights of judges to do this, but he was gagged, told stop talking. And he's got a book coming out, a revised version of his book, basically Who Framed Roger Stone, sort of the point of it is. What do you make of that? Is he going inside now to await trial?
Well, that's a great question. He's certainly poking the bear, if you would. I mean, the lawyers told the judge that they didn't think about the book when she told them that, he had to keep quiet, that the book had already been basically in process and it was coming out and portions of it had come out in January. And so it didn't somehow escape their thinking. I don't know whether the judge will buy that. She seemed to be pretty upset at Roger Stone at the last hearing she held, but she kind of restrained herself and didn't revoke his bail. Simply it made clear that he was not to do this anymore. Whether she'll decide this is enough or is not clear, but Stone definitely seemed to be pushing her buttons a little bit, and that's a dangerous thing for anybody to do in a federal court.
How much of the reporting, as we get to the denouement here, awaiting the result or the report by Robert Mueller, how much of it depends on the papers and the materials gathered from Stone down in Florida? How much is relying on their going through that, the prosecutors? Peter.
Well, they found an awful lot of stuff down there, an enormous amount of material. In fact, that's the question is how fast that can be processed and how material it is to their investigation. We hear all